Hello YouTube, Ben Ochart here. A lot of changes have occurred recently in my tanks, and let's take a look. Some things have moved around, and tell me what you think. I've got a new look in the 60, and I have some stock that has been moved from place to place, and let's just get right to it. You tell me what you think in the comments below, and as you know, I do read them, and I will respond. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let's start looking with a look at the 60. As you can see, there's some major changes here in the 60. If you're familiar with my videos, you'll recall that this was full of black lava rock, along with what they call this wonderstone, these pink rocks. All the lava rock and the artificial plants have been removed. I did that because there was a large accumulation of detritus, of waste, and even though I was vacuuming it every week and every other week, moving all the decor around, there were still buildups of detritus and just pockets of waste building up underneath the rocks. So I took all of that out and really simplified this tank, and really helped to kind of prepare it for what it's going to be eventually, which is where I'm going to put some peacocks. Right now it's still a grow out. You can see the Didiachromis there. Looks like he's going to be a male to me. There's the John Stoney. Posidochromis John Stoney. A little bit more of a rare fish. Beautiful fish, I think, when he gets his colors. He's already getting some nice markings. And the yellow Benga, or the yellow sunshine that I got from Imperial Tropicals, I moved over here. He was just too small for the other tank. It was being intimidated quite a bit. You'll also notice the gars are looking good. The eye biters are in the back tank. They were having a little bit of a hard time, and I put them in the back tank, let them put on some size, so there's no eye biters in here right now. Didiachromis are doing well, the gars are doing well. And there's only one Venusus left in here, the other Venusus, and 3 of the dolphins, as well as 2 of the red empresses have been moved out of this tank. This guy has become a little more yellow since coming here, not being under so much stress. If you remember him from the when he was in the 135, he was just very dark and had no blue at all. Now he has a little blue and some yellow showing up. So the reducing him from that high pressure situation is allowing him to color up. I still haven't taken the Taiwan Reef over to the large tank, even though he probably could hold his own. But I have such a large Taiwan Reef there now, I'm not sure what kind of a reaction I'd get. And I also haven't moved over the Aristochromis, the little the Malawi hawk you see darting around the back there. So he's got an itch. But the Malawi hawk is still in this tank. He has probably enough size to go to the 135, but I wanted to put on a little bit more size and maybe get a little bit more of an aggressive attitude before I take him over there. So those are the changes in the 60. You can see it's pretty significant, apart from the fact that I added that Marineland filter. You see the intake there, which is still running with those 2 302s. I have one pre-filter sponge on this one, and I will be adding a pre-filter sponge to the one in the back very shortly, to the one on the far right there. So 2 of the SunSun 302s and the Marineland, the 400 with the dual Biowheel. 1 dolphin left here. This is the smallest dolphin. really needs to put on a little more size and a little more attitude before I take him over to the other tank. Let's take a look at the 135. You can take a look at what's happened there. The 135 is becoming a little crowded. I'm going to be doing a collaboration video with IFG, with Evan Alexander. We're going to talk a little bit about a crowded tank and whether or not that's true, that a crowded or overstocked tank can help with aggression. But as you can see here, I've moved over a lot of fish. I've also added an additional power head. One of the power heads that I'd removed, I've put back. It's a dual head, 1600 gallon per hour, 800 per side, adjustable heads. I have it pointed down because I was getting an accumulation of detritus, of waste underneath these rocks here. So one of the liabilities of having a heavily stocked tank, you do get a lot of waste. You can see the red empresses. Here's one of them. Seems to have adapted okay. There's the other one. They're looking good. Coming acquainted there with the large Taiwan reef. I've also brought over an additional dolphin. This is the dominant male that was already here. But I brought over additional dolphin and an additional Venusis. This one right here. Not sure if it's a male. The only one I'm pretty sure is a male is the first one I brought over. This one here has some speckling in the back of his dorsal. So he has a pointed anal fin. He's got a bit of a yellow blaze on the forehead. So I'm hoping this one does turn out to be a male. We'll see. Fusco's looking good. Buccochromis. Notatania never rests. Always moving around. One of the things I like about Buccos, tremendous energy. They're like the Energizer Bunny of the cichlid world. So those are the changes. As you can see, I have a very, very well-stocked, arguably overstocked tank at this point, and it will be getting thinned out. Everything that you see in here that's a peacock is probably going to go back to that 60. I might even be taking over the, maybe even putting the Taiwan reef and the red empresses back in the 60 at some point. All the haps will stay here, including the dolphins. I'll probably end up with one dominant dolphin, one dominant Venusis. Actually, I'll probably, I've heard also, and you can tell me in the comments below, I have heard that dolphins do thrive if there are more than one, ideally 3 or more in a tank. If you know about that, go ahead and post your comments below. Let me know. Plants seem to be doing well. They are getting nipped. Either the bushy nose pleco or perhaps the Venusis. Someone is sneaking a nibble here and there into the plants, but for the most part they seem to be doing okay. There's the polystig. And the living stony, just a big bruiser. All right. So that's the new look. That's the new look of the 60, and as you can see, the 135 is pretty crowded. It'll stay that way until I start getting dominant and subdominant males starting to really take their position, and then I'll probably end up rehoming, offering out some of those subdominant males, and end up with finally a number that is probably about 25% less than what I have in there right now. So as always, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate your support of the channel, and be sure to comment, rate, share, all that good stuff, and come by and visit. Come by and visit at the Facebook page, ben.o.cichlid, and you'll see it written here. And also you can follow on Instagram at ben.o.cichlid. Okay, so thank you so much for tuning in, and you are appreciated, my friend. Bye bye.